But yeah, moving on from rules that have caused issues, I guess
And will cause issues.
will continue to cause issues. Yeah, I guess we can start to look at some of the other games coming up for this weekend.
Well, this is a pretty busy because there's a bunch of Carabao Cups this week. I know, like I said, Chelsea lost earlier on penalties. I think Arsenal has Liverpool again on Thursday.
Yeah, so I don't even know why this is happening. We're playing Liverpool again this week.
Hey, last year this game was a 5-5. As long as it's entertaining, I don't think most people will mind. And I don't think anyone really expects Arsenal to win it or even expects Chelsea. I mean Liverpool to go hard in it.
I don't think because no one really. I mean, Carabao Cup is Carabao Cup, whatever.
I just feel like a
It-
lot
it's
more of
still-
lower
it's
teams
nice to win.
should play harder for it, but they
Yeah.
don't. I was like, that's a trophy, and it's some prize money. It's not like it's nothing.
Yeah, it's nice to win something.
And like, I don't care what anybody says. At the end of the day, it counts as a trophy when they're
Yeah,
counting
it
your
is a
overall trophy.
It is a trophy.
So when teams are like, yeah, I don't care, I was like, well, when last did your team win anything?
Well, Tottenham made it through against Chelsea, so
Yeah,
That could
and
be
honestly,
something
if
for
they
them.
go on to win it, we can't say that they haven't won anything in a while. People could say it's just a Carabao, but nah. At the end of the day, it's a trophy.
But yeah, looking at some of the, do you have the list of Carabao Cup games?
No, I do not.
Well, I have the list of league games for the weekend. There's some interesting ones here.
Chelsea, Crystal Palace.
That's going to be very interesting to watch. Let's see.
Yeah,
Well,
I
Chelsea are
don't think it's
playing
going
at
to be
home.
interesting. I feel like Chelsea's going to win that. Because with Crystal Palace, if Zaha doesn't pretty much do something amazing, they don't really do much.
Zaha is not the only person with any sort of impact on that team.
He's
I
not,
mean-
but he's their danger man.
He's their danger man, but they still have Ayew in there. He can cause problems. He's also their forward. I didn't even know Batshuayi was playing in Crystal Palace.
Yeah, he's back there on loan again.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, we expect Chelsea to win this game. I would give Chelsea like a 3-1 because their defense is still shaky.
I don't think it's going to be that much because, like you said, Crystal Palace can cause them problems. I still think Chelsea would win. So I think it's either going to be a 2-1 and most a 2-0.
Okay.
I don't think they're just going to like rip them open, except if, because I expect Crystal Palace to do exactly what they did against Man U, against them.
All right. So the next game, Leeds and Man City. This I am very interested to see because Leeds,
Ooh.
we know that they press high up. They play that very high intensity press. Their issue is that they just letting too many goals.
Hey, they kept a clean sheet in their last game.
Well, let's see if they can. I don't know if they can replicate that against De Bruyne and Sterling and Foden. But we'll see. But this is going to be a very interesting game. Man City coming off the loss against Leicester. I don't know. I think Man City is going to be out for revenge. Every time Pep loses one game, and he lost this one a little embarrassingly, they come back and they just pepper the other team. But Leeds are playing at home. Leeds, for me, are still a bit of an... They are known, but they're... I would say maybe their playing style might still be a little unknown against a lot of teams that haven't played them in the Premier League yet. So I expect them to cause problems for Man City. I expect them to be running at them. Let's see if Man City's defense can hold up, and then let's also see if Leeds won't leak as many goals as possible. So
Leeds play with like 5 people attacking the ball.
yeah,
City could barely deal with Vardy and Barnes. So there's definitely going to be goals. I have no idea who's going to win that game.
yeah. I don't know. It's after the last game that City had. I'm kind of confused. I don't know what to call this one. I still think that Man City just has no choice. Like they have to win, and Pep always has a very good reaction whenever he loses a game. So I would give them maybe a 3-2. I don't know if Leeds will score 2 goals.
I'm calling it
3-2.
4-4.
4-4. Okay, 4-4. All right, guys, you heard it. 4-4. Let's see if that happens. I don't think it's gonna be a draw. In the next game, we'll look at the Arsenal game. Arsenal and Sheffield United. Everyone will expect us to win this game. Sheffield, they're going through that second season in the Prem where, they surprised everyone, and now people are kind of finding them out. So let's see what they can produce, but we're playing at home. I don't expect anything but an Arsenal win because we have played much better than them, I would say, recently. And I just haven't seen them get back to how they were early last season. So I would give us a 2-0 in this game.
Yeah, I was thinking of 2-0 as well. I mean, they played well enough against Leeds. They just couldn't put the ball at the back of the net. And the fact that their goalkeeper that was spectacular for them last season has gone back to Manchester United is a huge factor. So, like you said, I expect an Arsenal win. I expect them to try and dust off their bootstraps and get back to it and
we will. That's one thing I like about this team is that they don't, drop their heads for long.
Yeah. So we lost to Liverpool. Let's move on.
Yeah, move on and get the win against Sheffield. The last one from the league we'll look at, very juicy fixture, Man U versus Spurs. This is going to be very, very interesting.
Yeah, but neither team has been fully convincing this since the start of the season. I think Liverpool, Man U's on 3 points and Tottenham's on 4, I think.
Both teams haven't played very well, is what we're trying to say.
Well, Tottenham played well in their last game against City. Newcastle. They just didn't score because even with that penalty, they should have been 4 goals ahead.
Yeah, and I saw the highlights, and everyone did say that they peppered them. But it's Man U versus Spurs. This is a very different game. I expect Mourinho to definitely be a lot more defensive in this game, especially because they're playing away from home. And I expect Man U to try to come out the gate swinging.
I don't expect him to be defensive at all because, like we've all said, the Manchester United defense is not.
No, of course,
it's full of leaks. And
Spurs have the players to
exactly
punish them severely. We just don't know how Mourinho will set up. Whether it's going to be, he will definitely have some defensive solidarity. He's
no, I don't doubt that, but I'm just saying, a lot of people feel like the only time he ever goes defensive is when he sees that it's pretty much after the game has started and he sees okay, we can only get a 1-0 win, then he switches. But normally when he starts his game, his teams go all out. So I feel like it depending on how the game turns out, if they have a slender 1-0 lead, then yeah, he's gonna switch right away.
And I think didn't Spurs beat Man U last season? I believe
no,
not either home or away. I think they beat them once last season.
No, I don't remember the one at Old Trafford. I know the one at the Spurs home ground. That was their first game after the lockdown. It was a 1-1. That's the one where Bruno Fernandes fouled the defender, but he somehow got the penalty.
Oh, right. Fernandes. let's see if he gets another penalty. I mean, I don't feel
Manchester
bad,
United.
but like I'm starting to like feel bad for Spurs a little bit. Like, damn, we're getting all these penalties because I don't know, man. They just always somehow get a penalty. But I can't really fully call this one because both of them maybe Spurs. Because I mean,
For me, as long as you have Harry Kane in your team, you have a chance. The only downside I feel for the Spurs is that Son is injured. Because I feel like he's their best player.
yeah, he's way more versatile. I think Kane is more of a one-way type of striker. He's just
Not that. I would say that Kane is an amazing striker, and he
Yeah,
can
but
also
he-
be a very good like number 10 in that. Like he has really good passing range. I just feel like Son is
just-
better is because Son can do those things, and
Son
he's
is
a better
way more
dribbler.
versatile in my
He's
opinion.
way more.
He knows
like,
how to
forward.
run better with the ball at defenders, and in my opinion, dribble better.
That's what I just said.
Well, I just said it more concisely.
Whatever.
I said it better. But yeah, I agree with you on Son's ability. But then we have Martial, we have Rashford, we have Fernandez, we have Van de Beek also, and let's not forget the what's his name, Bergwijn at Spurs. Also, he hasn't really shown us too much, but he could also be a factor. So it's going to be very fun, in my opinion, to watch. Well, I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of goals. I think both Man U and Spurs can't really say they have the most. But I mean, considering Mourinho, I don't think Spurs will be leaky at the back, especially since they're playing Man U, and Mourinho always has whatever vendettas he has against his former clubs. So I don't know. Might be a little hard to call. As much as I don't want Spurs to win, I feel like they could possibly edge it, given Man U's recent performances. So, as much as this pains me to say, maybe 2-1 Spurs.
I feel like it's going to be a draw. Either a 1-1 or a 2-2.
Okay. It was very simple. Thought you would contemplate it a little more. It's like,
No,
draw.
there was for me just based off what I've seen from both teams, I can't say either is going into it on great form or anything.
Yeah.
So for me, it looks like a game where both teams are just going to cancel each other out.
We'll see what happens. Yeah. I think those are all the important games we want to look at. So that's all. That's it for this episode. Go subscribe on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And you can watch us on YouTube also. We're pretty much on every streaming platform. Links in the
Google
description.
Podcast.
Yeah, follow all the links in the description, and you can listen to us, support us everywhere.
For us. Our social medias will be up pretty soon.
Right. And leave some comments also. Let us know what you think about the topics we covered. Let us know if you want us to talk about certain things, certain topics in football. It could be in another league. It could be about transfers, players, anything. Just let us know. Leave a comment. All right. This has been another episode of Football by the Sea. I'm John.
This is Jude.
All right. And we're out.
Hi, Jude here, one half of Football by the Sea. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more, check out our channel. And if you enjoyed the content we're putting up, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Everyone counts. If you want to listen to the full podcast, check out the links in the description. You can find us on pretty much every podcast platform out there. Thanks again for watching. Take care.